Well, good morning. This brings us back to the Elixir greenhouse. You see I pretty much got all the weeds pulled out. You see some of my early video. And I bought 14 bags of chicken manure in. And this side, just laid them out, get them evenly spaced. On this side, I already opened them up and spread them out. And you can see down at the end, before I put the manure on there, I turned over all the dirt all the way to the bottom. You can see this section here just has the weeds pulled. I haven't turned it over yet, so I'll turn that over till it's just dirt showing like we got at this end. And I'll put the manure bag, space them out evenly, then open them up. Then I'll spread the manure across the top, and then you can see at this end, I've started turning it over once again to work that manure in. It can be a little hot, so you don't put a thick layer on there. And then, the secret behind this is, when I turned it over the first time, I pulled as many of the big, long crabgrass roots and weed roots out. And when it's all ready, like this portion here, when I get all done, I'll water this real well. The dirt will be all soft, and we'll water it. And then we'll wait for the remainder of the weeds to sprout. Before we plant anything that we want to keep, we'll get the weeds, the remaining seeds, as many as we can to sprout, get them up about 3, 4, 5 inches, the plants, the weed plants, and then we'll go and pull those out because they'll come out real easy because the dirt's real soft. And once that's done, then you can put in your pepper plants or whatever, vegetables or whatever, and they will have a big head start unless you're going to go from seeds. Then you got to kind of watch them for any other weed seeds popping up. But if you put the bigger plants in, you know, ones you get at the nursery or at the big box stores, you put them in, they will outcompete any of the weeds that are just getting ready to start, because the vegetables or flowers have a advantage. They're already 4, 5, 6 inches tall, and you can just pull the weeds out as they sprout. And pretty soon, when the plants that you want to keep and harvest get big, they will shade out the weeds, and there'll just be stringy weeds in there that are pretty easy to pull out. So anyhow, that's the secret of how to get a weed free and reduce your labor. If you put in the labor up front, it saves you in the long run during the harvest and growing seasons. After several years of doing that, and your greenhouse is enclosed, you'll get very few weeds, just some that get blown in by the wind into your beds. The other secret is, in between the rows, make sure you don't get any water. Prevent as much as possible any water on the ground outside the beds. My son's got a drip irrigation, and I'll put that back in when it's all ready to go, but I will water by hand real well at first, so it soaks, water's floating, it soaks in there to get those weed seeds germinated at the beginning, get the ground real wet all the way through. And then I'll put the drip irrigation back, but I will prevent, when I watering by hand, any water from growing, because it may seem like weeds are magic, but they require water too. And if you have my greenhouse at home, that ground hasn't had water on the inside for about 8 or 9 years, and it's very easy to keep it. Some of the water will leak out from the planters, so right along the edge of the wood there, you'll get some weeds growing up, but they're pretty easy to stay on and get them pulled up. But anyhow, that's what I'm up to today, and I hope this will help you to make gardening a little easier and a little less work and a little more enjoyable. Anyhow, have a great day, and thanks for watching.